Okay, so haunted story time. This is my mother's house. Moved in back in April of 2015. The specific story comes from shortly after we moved in. We're still unpacking everything. I was still pregnant with my oldest son, and, we were putting stuff up. Everything was going great. The house is pretty nice. No other creepy crawlies besides the things that have followed my family for years. So it wasn't too big of a deal. Me and my sister started talking one night, and, we both looked at each other and were like, I have a really bad feeling about opening that attic door. She's like, yeah, I do too. So we agreed neither one of us would ever go in the attic, never open the attic door. We just didn't think it'd be safe. Hold on, you have to have part 2. Okay, haunted story time, my mom's house, part 2. So we're sitting around, we're talking about, how we don't feel comfortable opening up the attic. It just gives off bad vibes. Don't think it's a good idea. Well, we go to sleep that night, not to think another thing of it. Or so we thought. Well, we get up the next day and, we're still unpacking the house because we just moved in. And my stepdad decides he's going to go put some stuff in the attic. Me and my sister are a little concerned at this point. So our attic has a pull-down door that comes down from the ceiling. Me and my sister are both sitting in our room, which directly looks out to where the attic door opens. That would be this room right here. That front window and that middle window is for the closet of that room. Looks like we're going to need a part 3. My mom's house, part 3. So me and my sister are sitting there, kind of concerned about what's about to happen whenever he opens this attic door. And of course, we can't leave our room because whenever you pull the attic stairs down, it blocks our door, so it's extremely hard to get by. My stepdad sets stuff on the ground and goes to pull the attic door down. When he pulls it down, all you hear across the house are 5 separate loud pops and glass falling to the ground. As this is happening, all we feel is a sudden rush of freezing cold air coming down from the attic, straight into our room, which was the worst part. Now, keep in mind, we live in North Texas, and it's the middle of April, so it's not cold outside at all. Okay, we're gonna need a part 4, sorry. My mom's house, part 4. So we're sitting there and we're freezing cold now because this air just blew into our room out of nowhere. Well, my stepdad goes up, puts stuff in the attic, of course thinks nothing of it because he's one of the biggest skeptics in the world, even though he's lived with these things in his house for years and years at this point. Once he gets done, we all go to investigate what the noise was that we heard when we opened the attic door. So it turns out that 5 separate light bulbs in the house had exploded. One light bulb was in this room right here. Another one was in this dining room area you see right over here. One was in the stairwell, which is kind of in the middle of the house. The other one was in the kitchen. Okay, it looks like we're going to need a part 5. Final part, I promise. My mom's house, part 5. So, as I was saying, we had light bulbs, 5 of them shatter across the house. One in this room, one in this dining room area, one in the stairwell in the middle of the house, one in the kitchen, which is on the back side, on this side of the house, and the front porch light there in the middle. These lights did not just burn out, but they exploded, sending glass flying all around the house. Luckily, nobody was injured. My stepdad went around the house, cleaned up the glass, replaced the light bulbs that he could get to. The one in the stairwell to this day has not been replaced just because it's a vaulted ceiling and hard to get to. Once the cleanup was done, my parents thought nothing more of this. But things are about to get a lot worse in that house, and that's something we'll cover in some other videos.